at the cabaret, you know, we're all about the use of music and dance and art in general to process things. And I wanted to ask you, Anya, you mentioned that you've recently been diagnosed with PMDD. And I wanted to know how art and creativity has kind of helped you go through that journey. You know, how is has that helped you with that diagnosis? And also, would you mind giving us a little bit of info on PMDD? For people who
obviously I'm not the expert on PMDD, I just suffer from it, but I shout out to everybody who suffers from it, because I'm here for you, and it's hard, it's really rough, and there's just not enough research yet on this. So for people that don't know, PMDD is premenstrual dysphoric disorder, and dysphoric is just the opposite of euphoric. So it's like euphoria, but the other way. And it's basically an imbalance in hormones. And that's a really simplified way to explain it. There's a lot of other things that happen there. But one of the big things that happen with PMDD is rage. So like irritability and anger and rage. And unlike art has really helped me, because you feel it in your whole body, because it's hormonal, you feel it, you don't just think it, you feel it. And so to be able to dance that out and to just get real angry in my dance is huge.
Wow.
Is huge. And what people don't see in the video that I posted was me then weeping on the floor for 10 minutes. And I was going to post it, but I post a lot of stuff like that, and also I'm not out here trying to trigger anybody. So, I love a trigger warning, but there are some things where even with a trigger warning, it doesn't quite explain what happens to the soul when you watch it, you know what I mean?
Great point. Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's cathartic. It was a cathartic cry. It was like a half dysphoric, half euphoric cry. Because you get
relief.
Yeah, it was. It's really absolutely. It's relief, absolutely. And also, you know, shout out to East London Burlesque Studio, who I help out at, and is run by the wonderful Evelyn Carnett, and has been wonderful to me. And I can't, thank her enough for what she's done. And that studio is just a space now where my heart lives.
That's a really interesting point you made just there, Curly, about rage, because that is something that I have questioned with myself all my life, and it came up in our a recent podcast that we did with Robert Hallow as well, about how you discharge anger safely. And it makes total sense to me that you would end up crying after something like that, because it's a flood of stuff that feels unsafe, doesn't it, to you? But you've done something good with it at the end of it, and you haven't ended up taking somebody's head off with it elsewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that must be a process, right? Surely, because that can't be easy to control and like wait till your next studio space or whatever.
It's a process, and it's learning yourself. But I do want to say as well, us as women, or those identifying as women, we have a rough time of it a lot, and there's a lot of stuff with anger where we question: are we allowed to be angry?
Hello.
Are we allowed to be angry without someone saying, oh, they're a bitch? Or are we allowed to be assertive without somebody saying, oh, they're quite aggressive? Listen, cool, call me aggressive. I'm taking it and I'm running with it. There's a difference between aggressive and mean and rude in that way. But being aggressive and assertive, one of the reasons for that cry, and I think, I don't know about you guys, but I think one of the other reasons I did it was because I'm woman, hear me roar. Like, cool. I had a space where I'm allowed to do this with nothing else from the patriarchy. Because just sit down over there. I've left you outside. This is my space. Go away. I can't, you can't take that away from us. I'm sorry. And so the cathartic cry is, I've been everything I'm supposed to be in this moment, and it's freeing for sure.
Oosh. Cool. Coming out with the heavy hitting Maya Angelou stuff here. Blimey.
I don't mess about.
I need to sit and think about that for a minute. Gee.
You all right? Do you want a shot?
Yeah, maybe. That might help.